तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्।
जय गणराय श्री गणराय, जय गणराय श्री गणराय, जय गणराय श्री गणराय, जय गणराय श्री गणराय, जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति मोरया। सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता, सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया। जय गणराय श्री गणराय, जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, जय गणराय श्री गणराय मंगलमूर्ति मोरया। सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, सिंदूरवदना पंकज चरणा मंगलमूर्ति मोरया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, अष्ट विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, अष्ट विनायक जय गणराया श्री गणराया।
प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो, प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो, प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो, प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो। यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो, यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो, यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो, यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो। प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो, प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो। नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो, नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो, नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो, नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो। गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो, गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो, गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो, गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो। प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो, प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो। यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो, यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो। प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो, प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो। नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो, नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो। गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो, गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो, गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो, गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो। प्यार
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती,
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती,
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती,
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती।
ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती,
ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती,
ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती,
ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती।
मंगल मंजुल वाग्विलासिनी,
मंगल मंजुल वाग्विलासिनी,
मंगल मंजुल वाग्विलासिनी,
मंगल मंजुल वाग्विलासिनी।
वीणवादिनी कलावती, वीणवादिनी कलावती,
कलावती।
हंसवाहिनी विद्यादायिनी,
हंसवाहिनी वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती
वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती
ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती
ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती
मंगल मंजुल वाग्विलासिनी
मंगल मंजुल वाग्विलासिनी
वीणवादिनी कलावती
वीणवादिनी कलावती
हंसवाहिनी विद्यादायिनी
हंसवाहिनी विद्यादायिनी
वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती
वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती
वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती
वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती दया करो हे करुणा निधान साई दया करो हे करुणा निधान साई तुम हो दाता दया करो तुम हो साई कृपा करो प्रभु तुम साई अंतर्यामी प्रभु तुम साई अंतर्यामी प्रतिपुरी भगवान प्रतिपुरी भगवान तुम हो दाता दया करो तुम हो साई कृपा करो
कृष्णा श्री हरि कृष्णा कृष्णा श्री हरि कृष्णा गोविंदा गोपाला कृष्णा कृष्णा गोविंदा गोपाला कृष्णा 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 श्री हरि कृष्णा नंद मुकुंद गोविंद नवनीत छोरा गोपाला చోరా గోపాల గోవింద గోపాల గోకుల నందన గోపాల గోవింద గోపాల గోకుల నందన గోపాల కృష్ణ శ్రీ హరి కృష్ణ 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 గోవింద గోపాల కృష్ణ కృష్ణ నందముకుంద గోవింద నవనిత చోరా గోపాల గోవింద గోపాల గోకుల నందన గోపాల కృష్ణ శ్రీ హరి కృష్ణ కృష్ణ శ్రీ హరి కృష్ణ కృష్ణ శ్రీ హరి కృష్ణ కృష్ణ శ్రీ హరి కృష్ణ కృష్ణ శ్రీ హరి కృష్ణ
మన బంగారు పతి బాబా మన బంగారు పతి బాబా అతి శృంగార వదనా సాయి అతి శృంగార వదనా సాయి మన బంగారు పతి బాబా అంతర్యామి బాబా అంతర్యామి బాబా మన బంగారు పతి బాబా అతి శృంగార వదనా సాయి మన బంగారు పతి బాబా అంతర్యామి బాబా సర్వాంతర్యామి సాయి సర్వాంతర్యామి సాయి
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ साई मन मंदिर में।
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 अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
कोटि सूर्य सम तेज स्वरूपा।
सूर्य सम तेज स्वरूपा।
कोटि सूर्य सम तेज स्वरूपा।
सूर्य सम तेज स्वरूपा।
साई तुम हो दिव्य 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 स्वरूपा।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
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 दिव्य ज्योति ज्ञान ज्योति प्रेम 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 ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति
अखंड
जलाओ।
ज्योति जलाओ साई मन मंदिर में।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ साई मन मंदिर में।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
कोटि सूर्य सम तेज स्वरूपा।
सूर्य सम तेज स्वरूपा।
साई तुम हो दिव्य स्वरूपा।
साई तुम हो दिव्य स्वरूपा।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
दिव्य ज्योति ज्ञान ज्योति प्रेम ज्योति जलाओ।
दिव्य ज्योति ज्ञान ज्योति प्रेम ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
अखंड
अखंड
ज्योति जलाओ।
ज्योति जलाओ साई मन मंदिर में। अखंड ज्योति जलाओ।
भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं।
भजन बिना हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं हरि भजन बिना शांति नहीं जप ध्यान बिना संयोग नहीं जप प्रभु दर्श बिना प्रज्ञान नहीं दय धर्म बिना सत्कर्म नहीं भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं हरि नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं हरि नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं हरि भजन बिना शांति हरि भजन बिना शांति नहीं हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं हरि भजन बिना हरि भजन बिना हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं
Shri Sai Ram, offering my humble pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan, dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. In the year 2005, when I was a student at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, I felt a kind of spiritual stagnation. I felt that I should do more in order to gain spiritually, in order to go closer to Swami. Being a student in Bhagwan's hostel, I used to attend the daily darshan sessions, the bhajan sessions. In fact, these are considered as the ultimate sadhana for any spiritual aspirant. What can be greater or higher than having darshan of God, having darshan of your Guru, being in daily touch with him, seeing him daily? There can be nothing greater than this. But then, as they say, familiarity breeds, I will not say contempt, but familiarity definitely breeds neglect. You don't know the value of the thing that you have got till you lose it. So I felt that I need to do much more and I'm not doing any sadhana at all. I used to ask myself, what sadhana am I doing? I'm just going to mandir, seeing Swami, doing bhajans, that's all. Wow, what a fantastic sadhana that is if we can do it today, isn't it? But then I felt I needed to do more. That was when I read an experience of Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. Now, Ramana Maharshi, in his own words, recounts how as a youngster, one day he lay prostrate on the ground and he began to think of what would happen after death. And he imagined, he said, okay, now let me say that I am dead. But my body is now inert, it can't move, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't do any of this. And yet, he said, I feel the full force of Chaitanya. I feel some great energy, something bubbling within me. So I am not dead, though my body is dead. Who is this I that is still alive when my body is dead? This thought, this question is what led to an epiphany for him. It changed him. It transformed him. It made him who he is revered as today. Now, reading this narration from Bhagwan Ramana, I also got inspired. I thought, no, this is an extra sadhana that I can do. This is possibly Swami's way of hinting at what sadhana I should do. And so, I started this on a daily basis. Every night, I would be sleeping in the large dining hall cum prayer hall of the hostel. Now, that was one of the few places in the hostel where the lights would be out by 10 p.m. In the room, sometime people would put on lights till up to 11 p.m. to do some studies. And so, I used to go to the dining hall to sleep there. More importantly, it felt that I was sleeping with Swami because there was that beautiful altar in the dining hall, in the prayer hall. It was both the dining hall and the prayer hall. So every night when I would sleep, I would tell myself, no, now I am not this body. Who am I? Following the same pattern as Ramana Maharshi. As days progressed, my thinking also began to progress. One day as I lay down on bed, I was thinking, no, since I am not this body, I can stop my breathing. Because air is needed for the body, not for me. Correct? So with this kind of logical thought yet crazy idea, I held my breath, stopped breathing. I hoped that it would lead to an epiphany. I decided to take a few more extreme steps, hoping for the similar kind of epiphany that Ramana Maharshi had. So I held my breath and held it for as long as I could and then let go. Kept doing this over and over again every night. I didn't progress spiritually, just that my lung capacity kept increasing, I think. I possibly built on my stamina because from holding my breath from 30 seconds, there were days when I went up to 1 minute, 10 seconds. So that's all that happened. That's all was the progress that I achieved. But still, I kept doing this every night hoping for an epiphany. And then came the Dasara of 2005. During the Dasara festival, there was a series of discourses by Bhagwan in Sai Kulwant Hall. In one of the first discourses that I was sitting, I was praying there that, Swami, you should only give me some hint, on how I can progress spiritually. I want to do more sadhana. I don't want to stagnate here. Please, Swami. And this was my mental prayer. And as I sat there, Bhagwan began his discourse with a poem, as he would on many occasions. And the first line of the poem went like this: without sleeping at night, you think this is sadhana. Without sleeping at night and talking throughout the day, you think this is sadhana. When I heard this, oh my God, I felt that Swami was talking to me directly. That's how he talks to each one of us always, directly, without using any intermediary or anything like that. It's just that we don't give him a chance at all. If we are alert and aware and ready and sincere, trust me, every time for every occasion Swami will talk with us. He will be part of our day-to-day life. That's our ultimate objective, right? To have Swami with us throughout the day. When we work, when we play, when we watch television, when we go out with our friends, whatever we do, we want to make Swami a part of our life. Because that's what life is all about. Life is about achieving that union. Bhagwan would say that we are all Ananda Pipasi. We seek happiness. And this happiness can come only from pure love, selfless love that only God can give. Because all other love is selfish. It has traces of selfishness. Sometimes we mistake selfishness itself for love. That's how attachment comes and all that happens. And so therefore, when we seek bliss that can come only from selfless love, it makes sense that we seek Swami always. If we want Swami with us, if we want love with us, whether we are sleeping, whether we are waking, whether we are working, love at work, love at home, love on the road, pure selfless love, we need Swami at work, Swami at home, Swami on the road. And that is possible if we are sincere and if we trust Swami. Because Swami always says that he is seeking a devotee as desperately as the devotee is seeking him. And so I hoped for an answer directly from Swami. And Swami was here giving me this answer, telling me that what you're doing is nonsense. Much later, I found out that I had misheard a word that Swami used. Swami had said Panileka, which means without work. And I apparently misheard it as Pankoleka, without sleeping. But there is no mistake in Bhagwan's presence. As far as I was concerned, I had to hear it like that. Without sleeping, talking throughout the day, you think this is sadhana. While what Swami actually meant for the rest of humanity was, without work, without doing work, talking throughout the day, you think this is sadhana. Why I say that was what was required for me was, as I heard that sentence itself, I became extra alert. And the next question that formed in my mind was, Swami, then tell me what sadhana should I do? A few minutes down the line, Swami said, there is only one sadhana that you need to do. Now my ears perked up even more because this is what I was waiting for. And Swami said, and that sadhana is to see God in everyone. That's all, simple. Swami is a great marketing person. Huh? He'll tell something as if it is the easiest thing in the universe. He said, you need not do any other sadhana. Just see God in everyone. It's easy possibly to see God in my parents, in my wife, in my child, in my best friends. But how do I see God in my boss? I want Swami at work, I want love at work. But if Swami says the way forward to do that is to see God in your boss, God in your problematic colleagues, oh my God, it is so difficult. And therefore, at that point in time, my next question was, Swami, what does it mean practically to see God in everyone? Of course, Swami did not answer it directly in the discourse that day, but Swami answered me directly from deep within, in a very beautiful manner, with an analogy. And I felt that this would be a nice thing to share now, because the objective of this little talk is to see how we can practically see God in everyone around us. How we can practice seeing God in everyone around us. When there are so many difficult people around us. How can I see Swami, especially in my workplace, where everyone is career oriented, everyone is looking to go ahead in the rat race, especially in the workplace, but even other places. And what does it mean? What does it mean by seeing God in everyone? I mean, should I go to office and when my colleague comes, should I welcome him, make him sit on a chair, sit at his feet and offer Pada Puja? Because that is what I would do if I see Swami actually. I will sit at his lotus feet, worship those beautiful lotus feet, sit doing nothing, sit with a blank mind and wait to receive whatever that Swami has got to give me. That is what I will do, right? If I see Swami. Now I am supposed to see Swami in everyone. So is this what I am supposed to do every time? I remember once during vacation, I was sitting in my mother's bedroom, and when I was massaging her legs, I closed my eyes and imagined that I was massaging Swami's legs. And I said, Swami, I am doing this as an offering to you. I see you in my mother. A few weeks later, I was back in Vrindavan and Swami had given us a Trai session. During that Trai session, I got an opportunity to actually massage Swami's legs. And as I was pressing and doing Pada Seva, my mind went back to that day and I really felt that this was Swami's way of acknowledging the Pada Seva I had done to my mother. It's possibly easy to do this to our mothers, but what about doing it to others? And should I do it to others? The helper who comes home, the maid who comes home to work, should I make them sit on the sofa and do Pada Puja and offer fruits and, because that is Swami? Then practically it's going to become very tough. Because everybody I meet, the cab driver, the shop owner, my boss at work, everybody is Swami. How do I do this? I think I have built up enough suspense. Let me just reveal the insight. It's not actually a very big deal, but a very interesting thought. This thought came while watching a movie. Now let's take a movie, for instance, Spider-Man. There is Spider-Man, the hero, and there is the Lizard, the villain. Now both of them hit each other, fight each other. They almost can't stand each other because they represent opposite sides of the spectrum. One is all goodness, one is all evil. And they are constantly in a tussle. They can't stand each other. If you look at the movie of the Spider-Man, any point in time when the Lizard and the Spider-Man are on screen together, there's always sparks, fireworks, there's clashes, there's battle. But guess what? After the shooting of that scene is done, when the director says, great shot, cut, Spider-Man removes his costume, the Lizard removes his costume, they sit together, have a cup of tea possibly together, drink some beverage, eat some snacks. They're very pally with each other. Hey, what happened? What happened? How are you talking to each other so nicely? You are sworn enemies. No, we are not sworn enemies. That's just our stage persona. We are actors. And both of us are equals. The same way, Spider-Man has his girlfriend or female friend, and they love each other. In quotes, they love each other so much. They would like to meet and stay with each other, possibly throughout life. But after the shooting, the Spider-Man actor goes his way, she goes her way. Hey, what happened? You said you can't stay without each other, you would love to be with each other throughout life. No, that's just the movie. That's just in the movie. Actually, it's nothing. There's no attachment or anything like that. Of course, there are cases in the movie industry when acting together has led to attachments, and that's an exception. But generally, they go their way. So you see, in the movie, there is actually no attachment, no hatred. In this movie called life, can we also remain similarly detached? In the sense, when I have to interact with the cab driver or when I have to interact with the maid servant, I will keep in mind that he or she is an actor and I too am an actor, and we are playing out our roles. I have to play out my role correctly. So I will do everything like I am doing. I will not call and do Pada Puja saying that it's God in you. It's the same actor. It's the same actor in everyone. And actors are not higher or lower. All are one. All are same. That is what Swami says. All are one, my dear son. Be alike to everyone. All are the same. And yet, for the success of the movie, for the success of the drama, I have to act my role. But I have to only act my role. As I said, when Spider-Man punches the lizard, there is an expression of anger on his face. But there is no anger in the heart. There is only peace and love. He knows that this is just a fellow actor. And there lies the insight on how we can treat everyone as God. It doesn't mean that I call everyone and worship their feet and offer flowers. But in my heart, I don't show any emotion other than knowledge that you are also God. Yes, I will do everything. I will display all my emotions, but that will be just my acting face. That will be just the role I am playing. Because you are God, I am God. And just like you are an actor, I am an actor. For this movie, you are my boss and I am the employee. So I will behave like the employee. Otherwise, the movie will not be a hit. The movie will go flop. If I say, I know we both are one and the same. In this movie, we are given the role of a beggar, a king, a millionaire, a pauper, a father, a mother. All these are roles. When we confuse ourselves to be the role and not the actor, all the problems begin. All the problems begin. Problems of attachment, problems of fear, problems of hatred, everything, because all this is at the level of the roles. In this birth, possibly I am the son to somebody. I am just enacting that role as a son. Just like my mother is enacting that role. And so, yes, for the success of the role, I will do everything that the son has to do. In fact, just imagine, if I am actually convinced that I am acting the role of the son, I will always be the ideal son. Because in the movie, suppose I am acting as the son, I know that I can do anything, nothing will happen to me. I will try my best to be the most ideal. Correct? Because I know death can't touch me. Because I am not the role, I am the actor. I know nothing untoward can happen because that's just the role. For the sake of my mother, I will give up my job possibly. Because I know that the job is false. Nothing is going to happen to me, I am fine. Because whatever I am doing, it's only in the movie. This is not in any way to suggest that I am a realized soul and I am practicing this. But I found this thought intellectually invigorating. And I felt that if we want to experience God at every moment in our life, if we want to experience God at work, if we want to experience God at home, God on the road, God everywhere, as Swami said, the only sadhana we need to do is see God in everyone. And practically, what does it mean to see God in everyone? I feel this analogy is very, very helpful in that. To know that everyone is God and I am an actor and I am doing just my role, that's all. Every time. And when I perform all my duties, all my actions, keeping in mind my role and remembering all the while that I am actually an actor. I am the Atma. I am not this body. Even at an intellectual level, when we do it, we will start seeing benefits in day-to-day life. We will be able to experience God every moment. Trust me, God will come to us through my mother, through the father, through the friend, even through the boss. And that I feel is a nice thought to ponder upon, to experience God at work, God at home, God everywhere, to experience love at work, love at home, love everywhere. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Tat Sat Shri Narayana.
आत्मलिंग शिवतु आत्मलिंग शिवतु ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्ति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकर सर्व प्राणपते स्वामी सर्व प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आवतांडव ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदेव मरियं त्रयुनीवे स्वामी मरियं त्रयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल हारति अंधुक मंगल हारति अंधुक मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सती साई महाराज की
समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका